Please welcome our next contestant, Katie Ellis. Freedom. Freedom, Katie Ellis.
Today, I'm going to talk about something I'm both passionate and interested in, freedom. Now take a few seconds to think. What does freedom mean to you? When I was researching this, I came across the definition that freedom is the right to act, speak, and think as you want. To me, freedom means being able to express inspiring thoughts, stand up for what you believe in, and share what you love with people. A good example of this would be Nelson Mandela. As he said, to be free is not merely to cast off one's chains, but to live in a world that respects and enhances the freedom of others. I think this quote is important as it encourages selflessness, and that the only person that can start a domino effect for fighting for freedom is you. This links to a man named Chief Joseph, and he was alive during the US westward expansion. He traveled the world on behalf of the Native Americans, seeking and peacefully fighting for equality and justice. As you could probably guess, this wasn't an easy thing to do, as some people use their freedom to preach hate and controversial ideas such as sexism, racism, Islamophobia, but most heartbreakingly, take freedom away from others. In America, more than a third of people have said that they or someone else in their household owns a gun. In 2016, the gun crime-related incidents were 27 times more high in America than in Denmark, with America having 3.85 deaths per 100,000 and Denmark only having 0.14. Now, I'm not saying take away America's right to own guns, as they are the land of the free and home of the brave, aren't they? But in my eyes, the freedom to bear arms is terrifying and wrong. Yes, it could be used in a self-defense situation, but what happens when someone becomes obsessed and deluded over how much power they have when there's a gun in their hand? When people openly and freely bear arms, the risk of them taking the law into their own hands is too frightening to imagine. In 1997, 203,000 American prisoners were armed when they committed their crime. This goes to show, if you abuse freedom, freedom abuses you. There are countries where people are starving, diseased, and scared. Countries where women are second-class citizens and children that are forced to perform dangerous labor. But it's not all storms and lightning when it comes to freedom, as there is an endless list of ways people have used their freedom to create beautiful things, such as music, art, and charities that have changed the lives of so many people, such as the British Heart Foundation, cancer research, and Help for Heroes, along with historical figures that have helped shape the world into what it is today, such as Rosa Parks and the suffragettes. By pushing and provoking the opinions and ideas of people that are wrong. This links nicely to Nelson Mandela's quote of enhancing for freedom of others. Would you do the same? Now this brings me to my final point. How free are we? Is it just a case of how we're brought up, or is it something deeper, such as the people we hang out with, or the country we live in? Because I'm sure if you said to a parent in the UK you're taking your child to Napa, they probably wouldn't be that impressed. But it's the norm here. North Koreans are consistently spoon-fed propaganda, but they might think they're free because it's what they're told. Is freedom the normal, almost little things in life, such as being able to walk in Larnaca freely? Or maybe are we naive to the fact that maybe the government controls us more than we realize? Freedom, it's not as simple as we think.